A pentascale is the first 5 notes of any major or minor scale. The hands stay in the same position and play ascending, which is up, and descending, which is down, using all 5 fingers. A triad is a 3-note chord, major or minor, for the purpose of this video. We will note that a triad is made up of the first, third, and fifth note of a given pentascale. The first note is often referred to as the root, i.e. you'd refer to it as the root, the third, and the fifth. And before we go any further, up on the piano means moving up to the right, playing in the higher registers. Down means moving to the left, playing in the lower registers. We're going to start with the pentascales that use only white keys. Let's start with C major. Starting here on middle C. So those are the notes C, D, E, F, G, and you just walk it back down. You can do the same thing with the left hand, an octave lower, which is to the left. If you play the first, third, and fifth notes of this pentascale, C, E, and G, you get a C major triad. Now let's move up to the G major pentascale, also all white keys. We're going to move our first finger up to G. Notes are G, A, B, C, D, and then you just walk it back down. Same thing in the left hand. If you play the first, third, and fifth notes of this pentascale, G, B, and D, you get a G major triad. Now let's move on to minor pentascales using white keys only. An A minor pentascale starts on A, so let's find the A below middle C, and we're going to play those first 5 notes. A, B, C, D, E, and then walk it back down. Same thing in the left hand, an octave lower. And if you play the first, third, and fifth notes of this pentascale, you get an A minor triad. A, C, E. And just on an aesthetic and emotional level, notice how a minor chord sounds sad, and if we play C major, sounds happy. Just something to keep in mind. Next, we're going to move over to D, the D minor pentascale. Notes are D, E, F, G, A. Walk it back down. Do the same thing in the left hand. If you play the first, third, and fifth notes of this pentascale, you get a D minor triad. D, F, and A. Let's go back to the C major pentascale. To make this major pentascale minor, you take the third note, which is E, and you lower it a half step or semitone, which is down to the left. So the second black key is known as E flat. So now if I were to play a C minor pentascale, we'll do the same thing in the left hand. So now the triad would become a C minor triad, the notes C, E flat, and G flat. And notice how C major sounds happy, C minor sounds sad. Let's do the same thing with a G major. In G, the third note, which is B, would be lowered a half step or a semitone down to the left. You'd play the third black key, which is called B flat. if you were to play the triad, it would be G, B flat, and D. Same thing in the left hand. Now let's go to our minor pentascales that we learned. Excuse me, A minor. In A minor, the C, which is the third note, would be raised a half step, or a semitone, up to the right, which is the first black key in the group of two, known as C sharp. So let me play that for you. That's an A major pentascale. Now if we were to play the triad, it would be A, C sharp, and E. Left hand. So listen to how these sound. That's A major as opposed to A minor. Sounds sad, starkly different. So last one we're going to move on to is D minor. So now if we were to take the third note in the D minor pentascale and move it up a half step or semitone to the right, we play the first black key in the group of three, known as F sharp. And that would become a D major triad with D, F sharp, and A. And listen how it sounds different. The D major triad from the D minor triad. So that does it for this video. I hope that this makes sense. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer them. So practice well, and I'll see you in the next video.